Hi, so I'm going to talk to you today about the subject of miscarriage and miscarriage awareness. So I myself and my wife have suffered from 2 miscarriages. So after trying for 4 years, we eventually conceived and we got to the 5 week period. We had a 5 week scan, reassurance scan, paid for ourselves, and everything was fine. And we thought, this is it. This is finally it. This is the dream. I'm going to get there. It was at 11 weeks when we had complications, and my wife started to bleed. At first, we thought it might just be what's called spotting, but it turned out it was not spotting. We went to A&E and we weren't seen because the EPU wasn't open on a Saturday, so we paid for a private scan in a small facility in Liverpool, and that's where we were told our baby sadly had no heartbeat. And to be honest, that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to sit through in my life. The nurse was fantastic. She was so good. She was so compassionate. But I just managed to hold it together enough to get back to the car where I completely fell to bits. And that was probably about the only time I really sort of let myself properly grieve about it. On the way home, I was hysterical. I was crying. It was hard to drive. I shouldn't have been driving really. My wife was hysterical. We just got back home. We just held each other for a few hours, and then I just went into like alpha male mode. I just closed up completely. I didn't process anything to do with the baby or loss. I just did everything I needed to do. I looked after my wife. I just phoned around. I did all the shopping. I did all the housework. Just anything to like make it easier on my wife. I just felt so useless because there's physically nothing you can do because you're not carrying the baby. You just feel so bad. I was working at the time, and I was given a week off, and then I went straight back to work. And I wasn't in a good place, but I just carried on, and I used work to take my mind off what had actually happened, and I failed to deal with the process, to grieve properly, to give anything back. I closed myself off completely, and it wasn't until like a year later that I actually broke down and let myself fully comprehend what had happened. Yeah, so almost a year until I finally admitted that we had miscarried. I mean, it took me that long to even say the word miscarriage. I actually went to the Tommy support group on Facebook, and I actually spoke to other parents that had been in a similar situation, and that sort of helped alleviate it slightly. We also made me realise that there were places about like Tommy's.org that are actually out to help people in a similar situation, and that's what prompted me to go on to do some charity work, and that's what really been the catalyst for my push to bring about miscarriage awareness, and especially to sort of like speak to other men and try to get them to understand and open up about the problems they face with miscarriage and how they deal with it, especially in the workplace. I found I'm an engineer, so we're all quite manly. I know it's not a good term, but we are, and you know, I'm ex-Navy as well, so we do find it hard to deal with our emotions. So I opened up a dialogue with people in work, and you'd be surprised at how many men were in a similar situation, and just didn't feel like they could stand up and say how they felt or show how they felt. But again, like that, there's not many charities that deal with this kind of thing, and that's why I think I've gravitated so much towards Tommy's. And I'd just like to show you a few slides now, a few bits and pieces about the great work that Tommy's do before I go on to finish off the segment. So now you know a bit more about Tommy's and the work they do, and why it's so important to me and to a lot of other people, and the statistics involved, how common miscarriage actually is in society today, and how it's not really talked about, how it's still quite a taboo subject. So last year I was, like I said, the catalyst for me was raising awareness and trying to raise as much money as possible for this brilliant charity. So we did a charity 24-hour stream last year, which is a great success. Managed to raise £1,300. So this year I want to do something similar, but I want to go a bit bigger. I want to raise more money if possible and spread more awareness. So last year it was just like, let's do a charity stream, and it was great. This year, like I said, I want to do one better. There will be a 3-day event taking place that I'll be raising money for Tommy's Baby Org. So on the first day I'm going to walk 13.5 miles, which is a half marathon, on the Wirral Way. On the second day I intend to do a live stream, and it'll just be a 2-hour affair where I'll just play some music by different artists from the local area, and I'll do a few giveaways. And on the last day, as I did last year, I'll do it again. I'm going to do a 24-hour live stream on twitch.tv. All my fundraising will be taking part through Just Giving, and that page is due to go live, should be live now by the time you've seen this video. Like I said, this is a fantastic charity, it's a fantastic cause, and anything I can do, to raise awareness about this subject has affected me and my family so much, and countless other people across the country, across the world even. It's the least I can do. All I can say is thank you for watching this, thank you for supporting me in any way possible, and I wish you all luck for the future. Thank you.